Hey, what's up? It's King Aaron here from Team X Element. I am the current CEO, and I'll be giving you our yearly update, what happened in 2022 and what we're going to be doing going in 2023. Now, in 2022, we were an idea. Now it's 2023. We are a legit LLC. I'm proud to announce that we're not just an idea anymore. We are a legit company. You can look up on Google and see where we're at. In 2022, we started out as an idea. We started out as a thought and a group of people who said, you know what, this is something we wanted to do. This is something that we wanted to chase our dreams. It is something that we want to see ourselves going further into the future. And it's something that we all have in common. It's our common bond is the gaming world, whether it's streaming, whether it's chasing out a professional career in gaming, or whether it's making videos. There's a lot of us that have a lot of different talents. As we were thought, in 2022, the first thing that we did was we created a logo. We hand sketched it out. We came up with why is the logo important? What was the E? What was the X? Why? What does it even mean? So in the hand sketch, when we were thinking about creating the logo, the E represents element. It represents each element that's in X Element. All right. The elements are water, which is our members, fire, which is our competitive players, earth, which is our mods, and wind, which is our content creators. Each one of those is an element that is like a math problem. You know what it's like trying to find X, simply put, just like in algebra. And when the elements come together, they form what X is. And that's the best way to explain it, because it's not just one thing. It's a whole bunch of things that have to come together to be able to create X Element. Now, with that being said, we sketched it out. We came up with the concept. We handed our sketch and our concept to the artist. The artist made the final versions, gave us the rights to his artwork, and we filed that with the United States government. And so now we own the copyrights to our logo. That was the first thing that happened in 2022. The second thing that happened was writing legal binding contracts for the safety of everyone. So we work in a very wide age group, whether it be our oldest player who's 55 to the youngest player who's 11. There are things that can be inappropriate that can be done in this world. And the thing is we wanted to be able to say, hey, parents, if you wanted to let your kid come to the team, that we're going to have a safe environment. So we had to write rules and things, ways we had to conduct ourselves so it's appropriate for everyone. So in that, the thing is when you come to X Element, it's very much so like coming to the dojo. If you don't know what the dojo is, it's like it's the place where you train in martial arts. You come in and respect that you leave the outside world out, whether it be what's going on in the politics or what's going on in your religion or what's going on inside your life. You leave it out. You come in to train, you come in to work. And in that, it doesn't mean that we don't care about those things. But the thing is when you come here, we have people who are spending the last couple hours of their day trying to better themselves and actually make a career out of this, where we have some who are young minds that can be influenced, whether they're an 11-year-old, 13-year-old, or a 15-year-old, which they're still learning in life. So we want to be a good influence and be able to create a positive environment for them to figure out what it is that they want to do. And if this is not it, then we can point them in the right direction. So creating the rules, the contracts, it also gives us the authority to take away anyone's name, the game tag, which has got X dash in it when you join the team. It also gives us the legal rights to separate them from the team and to continue to have a safe environment. So we don't just have like one apple in. And so legally we can do that. And that's why the number 2 thing we did was create the legal binding contracts. Is very important. 3, we created the uniforms. We designed them and we brought in the prototypes. We had to work with the design team. We had to come up with the design, the colors, and this is a prototype right here. This is the hoodie. This is the jersey. All right. We also have the pants right here. This is just the prototype. So we got the whole uniform. We got 2 of them. All right. Just so you guys can see kind of what they look like. All right. And the cool thing about having the prototype is that we get to check the quality in the standard, because the same way that we hold our team members and our competitive players and our team spirit members, which is our core team, the same way we hold them to a standard, we're going to make sure that our quality or our products are held to the same standards. So we went to 2 different manufacturers after we got done with the development of the uniform. One was China, one was Pakistan. We brought in the 2. It cost a good little bit to bring them in, and we wanted to do 3, but 2 is what was on the budget books for last year. So we've had them for about a year. We decided to go with the manufacturer from China, and in that, the people that we're working with are super cool. You get your own custom name and like anything that we need to add to the jersey, whether it be sponsors on the back, all that kind of cool stuff. They were so helpful working with us, and it was a very good decision, and I believe the right decision to go with that manufacturer. 4, the cool thing is if you guys check out our YouTube page, you're going to see some cool music that was done. You're going to see some artwork. And in that, working with the musicians and the artwork to capture the mindset of X Element and our culture. It's also, there is a culture that's inside of X Element. The cool thing is that we're promoting positive vibes. You'll see some of the artwork represents like a space theme, where in space there's just a big void, and sometimes that's what we feel like we're in life. We're trying to find ourselves, and you'll see either the space dude like reaching out and trying to grab the X, or you'll see him sitting on a ledge looking up at the X and kind of like pondering like, what is this? How do I get there? Or you'll see another piece of artwork where there's 2 guys walking through this door, and in that, being that we are in a time in life that has never happened before, where we can't turn to maybe our mom and dad, or we can't turn to our grandparents and say, hey, what esports team were you on back in the day? Or how do you set up your computer for this? Because sometimes a lot of them, they just don't know. And in that, we are searching for the answer. We're searching for X. We're searching for where we are. That's kind of the environment, the mindset, and building the culture is like, hey, we have this group of people. We have people who work on PCs. We got people who are streaming. We come through, we give classes, and we help better ourselves, because we have to teach ourselves where it is that we're going, because it's much like the Wright brothers trying to fly the airplane. There was a point in time that nobody had flown before, and in that, people laughed at them, they mocked them, and they said, you guys are never going to fly. Well, the thing is, I'm telling you, we're going to fly here at X Element. We're going to find ourselves. We're going to be able to self-help and be able to get to where we need to go, and to be able to help you make the best choices that you can to further yourself in your career. In 2022, the 5th thing we did was we created a Discord, which is an online platform that maintains the pulse of how X Element communicates. All right. So for the ones who are in here in X Element, if you're not getting what you need out of X Element, you need to get plugged into the Discord. The Discord, we have some very talented people who've created our Discord, put it together, thanks to Future, thanks to Big Spoon, huge thanks to Ravener Wolf. You guys are all awesome. Without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are today in creating the Discord to create the places where people can upload your recruiting videos, to the place where we have team practices, where we hold our meetings so that we can update you guys, or we can show you guys new releases and ask you guys about your opinions and what you guys want to accomplish and what do you guys want to see. It's the lifeblood of X Element, and it's how we communicate. If you don't plug into X Element, if you don't plug into the Discord, you're not going to get anything out of it. So I encourage everyone to get into the Discord, check that out. If you got any ideas about what we can do to make it better, we're always open and listening. Number 6 is to create a form of communication for minors whose dreams is to make this their career by encouraging guardians or parents on a one-on-one call with X Element management. And what does that look like, and why is that amazing? The thing is we've already had this happen. We have minors who are in our groups. The thing is we're able to talk to parents, and some parents are like, hey, I'm supportive of my child. I don't know where exactly or how this is supposed to happen, and I don't know what the gaming industry is. And in that, they ask X Element, are you sure you can do this or whatnot? And we can talk to you guys and be like, hey, if he wants to stream, let's set him up with classes in school. What kind of classes does he have? And if they got speech class, if we got different things like that, that can encourage them, or they can learn and they can go to debate and whatnot. And that will help and grow them as a streamer, because they get confident standing up in front of people, learning how to speak well. Because as you stream and as you game, you need to speak well. You need to speak clearly. You need to be confident in that. And so there's things like that happen. If you're older, if you're 18 and you're thinking about where you want to go to college, there are degrees that you can get that can help X Element. You can either help us, or you can go into other fields. We'll encourage you to go take your bachelor's degree in esports business. There's also like other things that you can do with making videos, right? And video production, all kinds of cool things. And in that, there's probably too much to cover right now. But the thing is setting up this dialogue with the parents and the child with X Element, and what they can do to encourage them and how to set them up successfully. That is very cool, because we're bridging that gap. Number 7 is setting up the core team and our C staff and coaching. All right. The cool thing about that is, guys, it took us a while to come up with what does this look like. And in 2022, we had some changes. We had some patches where we're like, hey, we need to make some changes. We had people come, we had people go. It's part of life and how things work, The thing is that I think we're in a better place now than what we were before. And I feel that the coaches that we have in place, the mods that we have in place, the core team spirit members are going to take you guys to where you guys need to be in 2023. Number 8, setting up the 4 current teams that we have. We set up Call of Duty this year, Apex, Valorant, and Fortnite. We're still growing them. And in 2023, you're going to see more teams come. Number 9, becoming an LLC with the prospect that competitive players, team spirit members can receive tax breaks for such purposes as internet services, PC parts, and streaming equipment. And why is this important? It is important because if you're investing your time into Team X Element, we need to be able to give something back from you. Right now, we don't have the biggest pocketbook. But the thing is being an LLC is you're working for us. You become a 1099. The separation from the members to the ones who want to work, that's there. If you become a competitive player, the cool thing with that is there's a lot of cool things that we do. As you hold your contract, you become a tradable asset to Team X Element. So you have a monetary value on your head where you can be traded to another team. Or we can buy, sell, trade. The cool thing about that is that your internet service, once we confirm some of this stuff, we're still working with the CPA and the legal aspects of it, but it kind of looks like, and kind of what we're shooting for is that your internet services can be written off on your taxes. You're buying your PC, buying your gaming desk. If you're going to the store or you're ordering Grubhub for food while you're streaming, that is a business expense because you are working and setting all that up and the legal aspects of what you can and can't do in that. So becoming the LLC was super important. Number 10, this year, we had a 5,000% growth rate. We went from being 0 to over 50 signed members from all aspects of life. And if that happens again, 5,000% of 50, that's 2,500 this next year. I'm not saying that we're going to do that, but I'm just saying if it was a repeat and we're growing really fast, it's pretty interesting. Number 11, the creation of the website, all our social medias, and the e-commerce store. So with that being said, we're going to move into 2023. And you might ask, what are some of our goals for this year? All right. Our goals this year are getting you guys the uniforms. And the cool thing about that is we have made our first purchase of jerseys. We got 17 of them coming with custom logos on them. And let's see here if I can do this right. So with that being said, we had some things that did change in the uniforms. So where it says X Element, the fonts changed. Underneath X Elements where your player name is going to go. We got the QR codes. Those have been changed due to some things changing on our social medias. And yeah, so this is what you'll be getting. And I am super stoked to see those come in and be able to ship them out to you guys. Number 2 is taking our teams to their first LAN appearance. That is a tournament that is not online. And why that is important, we're getting the uniforms in, we're putting our teams together, We need to get the images out there of that we're actually doing something. All right. And there's a lot of tournaments that are online, and that's fine. And I understand that. I'm a Fortnite guy. I know like a lot of their major tournaments are online. The thing is we're actually going to LANs. We're actually going to show up to esports arenas with our uniform and actually perform in an environment. So when we do go to LANs, we have that experience. That's something that's to be required, whether you're on the competitive Fortnite team or a competitive Apex, competitive Valorant, or competitive whatever else is that we have, Warzone and Call of Duty. That's going to happen this year. You guys are going to see some really cool stuff happening when it comes to going to LANs. Number 3 is continuing to involve X Element, all right? In that, what does that look like? Whether it's getting into other teams, all right? Whether it be Rocket League might be coming or League of Legends or whatever, if it's a mobile team like PUBG, anything like that, you're going to see us evolve. We're going to keep growing. You're going to see us expand into different areas. Number 4 is picking up our first major sponsorship. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it is a goal for this year. Becoming more professional, all right, and being able to have our stream times and be able to be attractive enough to pick up a sponsor and them saying, hey, you know what, we want to sponsor you guys. We think you guys are going in a good direction, and that's our vision for this next year. All right, number 5 is continuing to grow our player base. All right, our goal is, I know I said 2,500 earlier. I don't know if we'll hit that or not, but our goal is to hit over 300 players this year. That is our like, we'd love to see the 2,500 players, but and realistically, like if we hit anything over 300, my mind will be blown. Number 6 is to update our website, get our e-store integrated into that, and getting the signing process integrated into the website, where it's more like you fill out an application, then you get approved, and then we sign. We had a couple things that happened this year. We have some prototypes behind us, as you can see. X Element. What we got is like tumblers, as you guys can see. We have shakers. We got mouse pads. It's not that we're not doing anything, all right? What do we got here? We got another hoodie. And we're checking out different manufacturers. We want to be able to get you guys good quality things. And everything that we do is going to be to the best of our ability and the time that we can do it. We've made some changes since we brought these things in. And in that, you're going to see some cool stuff come to our store. So you guys hit the link. It's the Shopify. Go check out what we got in there. In that being said, we're always evolving, and 2003 is going to be amazing. The things that are going to happen in there, they're going to be mind blowing. Especially if this is what you want to do. If you wake up in the morning, and you're like, hey, you know what? This is what I want to do. It's going to be fun. Now, if I leave you guys with anything, I'm going to challenge you guys with one thing for this year, and that is to find your happiness, all right? To find out, like, when you wake up in the morning, whether it doesn't matter what all the influences are, and influences are good, they can also be bad. The thing is to find you, to find that reach down inside you and find out what that drive is, what makes you get up in the morning to turn on your PlayStation or your PC and to stream in front of people, to what drives you to get into your practice, to strive to become better, or whether it's aim labs, or whether it's the shooting ranges, or whatever it is, to zero in on your ability to adjust your settings, to all the stuff that compiles to make you a better player. So in that, find your happiness. The amazing thing is about finding your happiness is when you wake up in the morning, you know exactly what you're going to be doing. And the thing is there's a lot of us in life that, you know, maybe we're not in the happiest spot. Maybe we're working a 9-to-5, doing the things that we don't want to do, but yet doing the things that we like to do on the side. I encourage you guys to chase that and to make that a reality. Whether you're taking the next step and going to college for an esports business degree, or into something that's going to help you in the career that you're going, whether it's video technology or video producing, or there's a whole lot of things. And the thing is, it's up to you Team X Element will help you if you guys need help. And with that being said, be the element. 2023 is going to be awesome, and we'll see you guys on the flip side.